It all started with a banana, a squishy, unlucky banana, and one missed bus that changed everything. This is the story of Zoe and how one terrible morning turned into something kind of great. Maybe. Zoe liked mornings. Well, she liked some mornings. The kind with pancakes. The kind with no school. But this morning, this was not that kind. First, she dropped her toothbrush in the sink. Then, she tripped over her backpack. And finally, her little brother sat on her banana. "Why?" she shouted. "It was a perfect banana!" Her brother just shrugged, his face covered in cereal. Zoe grabbed her stuff and ran to the front door. But her mom stepped into the hallway. "Shoes," her mom said. "Real shoes, not slippers." Zoe looked down. Fuzzy green slippers. Right. She ran back to her room, found her sneakers, and ran outside. Her shoes weren't even tied. She turned the corner and saw the bus pulling away. "No, no, 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 wait!" she shouted, running. But it was too late. The bus was gone. Zoe stood in the middle of the sidewalk, holding a broken banana. Late, sweaty, and slightly sticky. "This is the worst," she muttered. Seriously, the worst. Her neighbor, Mr. Jenkins, was watering his plants. He raised an eyebrow. "Maybe it's not so bad," he said. "Maybe it's good luck." Zoe looked at him like he had 6 heads. "Good luck? I'm going to be so late." She walked back toward the house, grumbling. Her mom met her at the door, holding car keys. "You missed it?" she asked. Zoe nodded. Her mom looked at the banana. Do I even want to know?" "No." Her mom opened the car door. "Get in. Let's go." Zoe sighed. Bad luck? Good luck? Hard to say. The car ride was quiet. Zoe stared out the window. Her mom didn't ask questions. That was probably a good thing. When they got to school, Zoe opened the car door slowly. "I still think today is cursed," she said. "Maybe. Or maybe you just need better shoes." Zoe smiled just a little, then walked inside. First period had already started. She rushed down the hallway, trying not to look at anyone. When she opened the classroom door, everyone turned to look. She froze. The teacher paused, then smiled. "Oh, Zoe, you're just in time." She blinked. "What?" "Fire drill," the teacher said. "We haven't started yet." Everyone stood up and walked outside. Zoe stood there stunned. She wasn't late. She hadn't missed anything. As the class lined up in the hallway, her friend Mia slid up beside her. "Nice timing," Mia whispered. "Did you bribe the universe?" Zoe laughed. "I think the universe owes me breakfast." "No banana today?" Zoe held up her sticky hand. "Don't ask." Mia giggled. They walked outside together. Zoe felt a little better. Mr. Jenkins' words echoed in her head. "Maybe it's good luck." Zoe rolled her eyes, but she smiled too. Bad luck? Good luck? Hard to say. The class stood and rose on the grass. Some students yawned. Others stared at the clouds. Zoe and Mia found a spot in the shade. "I hate fire drills," Mia said. "They always take forever." Zoe shrugged. "I don't mind today. I needed a second to breathe." They sat down on the curb. A teacher walked by with a clipboard. "Zoe, you didn't get your permission slip for the art field trip, right?" Zoe nodded. "I missed it. It was due yesterday." The teacher smiled. Good news, we're extending the deadline to this afternoon. Turn it in before 3, and you're in. Zoe sat up straighter. Wait, really? Really? Mia gave her a dramatic look. You missed the bus? But now you're going on the trip? Are you sure today is bad luck? Zoe blinked. Bad luck? Good luck? Hard to say. They both laughed. Just then, they overheard 2 boys behind them whispering. I bet the fire drill is fake. They're just looking for the missing tarantula. What tarantula? Mr. Reed's science class. He had 8. Now he has 7. Zoe and Mia looked at each other. Please tell me they're joking, Mia whispered. Zoe didn't answer. She just slowly picked up her backpack and moved it off the ground. After the fire drill, the day rolled on like normal. Well, mostly normal. Zoe survived math, almost fell asleep in history, and finally made it to lunch. She opened her lunchbox. She blinked. Inside was a sock. One sock. Not food, just a sock. She held it up like it might be dangerous. Mia leaned over. Is that your lunch? Zoe nodded slowly. My brother must have taken mine by mistake. What do you think he is eating right now? Mia asked. Probably string cheese and crayons. Zoe sighed and closed the lid. Then something even worse happened. Her stomach growled loudly, loud enough for 3 other tables to hear. A group of kids turned to look. One of them smiled and slid something across the table. Want my extra sandwich? He asked. It's peanut butter and banana. Don't worry, no squish. Zoe blinked. It was the boy who sat 2 rows behind her in English. The one who never talked. Oh, thanks, she said. I was about to eat this sock. He laughed a little, then said, my lunch yesterday was a pencil and half a Pop-Tart. So I get it. Zoe laughed too, then paused. Wait, do you like Pop-Tarts? He nodded. Frosted strawberry, always. Zoe grinned. Trade you a sock for one tomorrow. Deal. Just then, splat! A carton of chocolate milk exploded at the next table. Someone had dropped their tray. There was milk on the floor, milk on a backpack, milk on a shoe. Chaos. The lunch monitor turned around wide-eyed. Who is cleaning that up? Everyone pointed in different directions. Mia leaned closer to Zoe. Maybe your sock lunch wasn't the worst thing here. Zoe nodded, eating her sandwich with milk-free peace. Bad luck? Good luck? Hard to say. After lunch, Zoe went to her last class of the day, art. She was still a little sticky, a little tired, and her backpack smelled like banana. But she had a smile on her face. At the end of class, her teacher announced, Don't forget, field trip forms are due at 3. Zoe reached into her pocket. The permission slip was there, slightly crumpled, still good. She walked up to the teacher's desk and handed it in. Glad you made it, the teacher said. Me too. She left class with Mia, feeling like the day had finally calmed down. But when they reached Zoe's locker, it was wide open. Books on the floor, banana peel on top. Zoe blinked. Really? She said. Again with the banana? Mia covered her mouth laughing. Your day isn't cursed. It's just themed. Zoe bent down to pick up her books. As she did, something caught her eye.
a folded note stuck inside her science book. She opened it. It read, "Hey, nice save with the sock joke. You're funny. PB&B. Boy." Zoe stared at the note, then smiled. "Bad luck? Good luck," she said. Mia raised her eyebrow. Zoe tucked the note into her backpack and zipped it up. Hard to say. Sometimes a bad morning feels like the end of the world. You miss the bus, you forget your lunch, you get milk on your shoe. But life isn't always what it seems. A small mistake can lead to a small surprise. A bad day can still have a good moment. And a banana might be the start of something better. So the next time things go wrong, take a breath. Wait and see. Because bad luck? Good luck? Hard to say.
If you enjoyed this lesson, click here for another learning video.